this place that we've created for ourselves. You know, I'm from a town of 500 in Kansas, and my dad used to say, and I'll just say it this way, is that not even a bird poops in its own nest. But that's kind of what we're doing, isn't it? We're just kind of destroying ourselves with all this stuff around us. And not only that, do you think that your emotions have anything to do with what that field looks like? We can actually test that to where if you're in a bad state of emotions, we can actually think. They even have the pictures of that. People thinking of a bad experience and their field goes wacky. It looks like they're up against a high tension wire or something. It just goes out and they become weak. We can actually test it. So if you're here for the first time, we have some products that will alleviate this in many different ways. Everything we have is what we call energized with the human blueprint frequencies that will organize your energy field, bring it back into coherence, and bring you more into a greater state of energetic balance or moving toward that homeostatic place that we all want to be. And so, if you're not in a state of belief on that because you haven't experienced it, I would actually like to, and this is totally impromptu, so please keep it just to a minute or two, but is there anybody that's had an experience where they feel much better because they're wearing these products and using them? Anybody here? Pretty much everybody? Could anybody just share a 1 or 2 minute quick, just I used the product and here's what happened? Go. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for not letting me just...
It's actually my dog, so kind of interesting, but he had a cataract that was covering 75% of his eye. He's 12 years old. I put a drop of mint in his water every day for a week.
And he was still drinking.
He loves it. It's I wasn't trying to fix the cataract or anything. I was just trying to have him be healthier. Cataract is almost gone. Everybody's shocked.
Wow.
It's been like 2 weeks since it.
Have you taken him to the vet?
No, we don't really go to the vet.
Oh, so the vet didn't see it. The vet didn't see it to begin with, so you
No,
based
we're
on
trying to
the
take a
vet.
picture. It's just
I
really hard to
understand.
see.
That's cool. Yes.
I mean, I got hundreds of stories, but my daughter had a bladder infection. I was trying all kinds of things, and it was getting a little bit better every day. And then on the 4th day, she started screaming at the top of her lungs in pain. I've been lasering the bladder and kidney area, and it was getting a little bit better. But then when it didn't work, I thought of lasering the acupressure points. So as she was screaming, I lasered her teeth and the bottom of her feet. She fell asleep and woke up 30 minutes later with no infection.
Amazing. And you guys that have been around for the last 2 or 3 years, you've just heard story after story like this, have you not? Am I right? And from a marketing standpoint, we'll get into this more after the demo, but from a marketing standpoint, and my background is marketing, this is like the juiciest thing we could possibly market because the trend is just, it's out of control. If you go to the other side of the planet, it's just, there are literally clinics springing up with this type of technology. And there are lots of different energies. There's frequency and there's other types of energies. I'm sure you've all seen a bracelet with a magnet on the back of it, right? A magnet, so a row of magnets. That's really kind of where it all started. But then other types of energies were realized, or we realized they existed, and we realized they were more gentle, and they were more efficacious to bring us into that state of balance than magnet. Okay. Magnets are a harsher energy. They're good for some things, but these are slightly different. So, ZeroPoint Global is how old is the company? Like 3 years? So it's like a 3-year-old company. And these last 3 years have been the formulation of the product line and getting ready with the early adopters who are totally just fanatics of this, getting them in place and the product line in place for the wave that's going to come, which we'll talk about later. But every product that we have is energized in some way with the human blueprint frequencies. They're actually energized in 3 different ways. There's products that infuse frequencies so that they overlay and allow you to stay in balance despite something you're doing. So one of them is a laser. I'll go through these and demo in a minute. But this laser has frequencies in the lens. The light carries it out and puts it in food or on your body. I recently broke my wrist. You can probably see that scar there. And it was amazing what this did to mobility during my physical therapy. I'm still doing it. And it's actually putting the frequencies in the food, so it isn't eliminating toxin. It doesn't do that. But it puts a frequency in there that allows you to stay in a greater state of energetic balance, despite the fact that you're eating, high fructose corn syrup or MSG or whatever it is, whatever's in there. So it's still in there. The other So that's one, it's infusing. Another one is transforming, which energies that actually transform an energy that could be toxic to you into something good. For example, we have these things called earth hearts. You can put them on phones or microwave ovens that will actually transform. And by the way, do you think you're not receiving any microwaves in your body? If you have a microwave at your house, come on. That's virtually unmeasurable, so you think they're really, they just want to sell a microwave as cheap as they can. So these placed on there will transform the energy because you can't really block a cell phone signal. It's just going to go through. You know, there's a wireless network in this room. Do you think that's, you know, if the router was in that room and we closed the door, could we still use the internet?
Yeah.
So if it's going to go through that wall, do you think it's going through our body? It's going through. And so this will transmute that energy into something beneficial for us. And then so we have inserting frequencies or overlaying frequencies. We have transforming, and then we have clearing. So the definition of the clearing part is, did you know that how many drink filtered water? And by the way, did you know that water is not being created? I only learned this, I don't know how I didn't know this, but there's no water being created, it's all just being recycled in many different ways. So the water you're drinking, somebody bathed in that before. Somebody could have drowned in it. It could have been in someone's lungs. It could have been in a lot of other forms that I'm not going to gross you out with. But when you remove the chlorine, the energetic signature of the chlorine is still in the water. It's called memory. The scientists actually refer to it as their slang as memory. The water has memory. You can tell that there was chlorine in that water even though you removed it. So the energetic signature is there, and we have products that actually clear that stuff out. So how many of you just think I'm a witch doctor at this point? Yes. I need to do that. Okay, so that first product that Rick showed me years ago is Tangled. Can you help me untangle this? I can't. I'm a typical guy. I don't have the ability to talk and untangle at the same time.